A Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Korash, the boss of the apostles, Elegant Millstone, hopefully teach more sincerity, about the Chayaba. Hey man, I'm getting straight right into it. So, it's going across a news break real quick, man, and then it says, came across this article. It says, Alexa to add voices of your deceased loved ones. So, it's crazy right here, man. It's some crazy shit. You know, times is getting weirder. Utah's releasing more and more weirder, technology. So let's read a little bit of this. It says, Amazon announced a new feature Wednesday that will allow Alexa to speak in the voices of deceased relatives, friends, or other loved ones. Yeah, so hey, this is some creepy ass shit, man. Amazon is about to release, release this new tech or whatever, new feature that's gonna allow this AI assistant Alexa to speak in a deceased relative or friend. It says speaking at the day 2 keynote during the company's annual Mars conference in Las Vegas. Alexa head scientist Rohit Prasad, or Rohit, I don't know how to say that, showed a video of Alexa ostensibly sounding like a boy's deceased grandmother reading him a book. Yeah. It says, I guess the boy says, Alexa, can grandma finish reading me The Wizard of Oz? The child asks before Alexa goes into the book. Prasad said, one thing that surprises him about Alexa is the companionship relationship we have with it. In this companionship rule, human attributes like empathy and affect are key to building trust, Prasad said. Yeah, they're literally trying to, put these attributes in machines so you become attached to them. Because we all know what this leads down to, man. This leads down to the MOB. Esau wants you to get, attached to this technology, in a mentally, physically, emotional way. So when the time comes down, when the time comes down to him, releasing the MOB, he wants everyone to accept it willingly, easily, without a fight. So it says these attributes have become even more important in these times of the ongoing pandemic, when so many of us have lost someone we love. While AI can't eliminate the pain of that loss, it can definitely make those memories last. Prasad said the voice will enable lasting personal relationships, which is completely weirdo shit, man. This is how you know this dude's a devil, man. It says Prasad said his team had to learn how to produce a high-quality voice with less than a minute of recording versus an hour of recording in the studio. Yeah, so this is some more weirdo shit, man. And I believe this technology isn't that, this technology, creating a voice to mimic a person, I don't think it's that, it's not that new of technology. I believe it's called a voice synthesizer. It says a definition of voice synthesizer, an electronic synthesizer that generates generates and combines basic elements of sound to produce simulated speech using computer systems. Yeah, so it's definitely not completely new technology, but they're making this technology where it's easily accessible to the public. So going to Ezekiel 28:2, it says, "Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus," which the prince of Tyrus is Esau. Just another word for Esau, you know. So it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am the Most High. I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man, not the Most High, though thou set thine heart as God," or the Most High. Yeah, so Esau creating technology like this, this boosts his pride, man. Oh, look what we can do. This, we can mimic. We can help people believe that they're speaking to their dead, relatives or loved ones. Or, many more shit, man, this devil does. He gets more proud about it. He considers himself to be God, the Most High, to be divine or whatever. It says Ezekiel 28 verse 3, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There's no secret that they can hide from thee." Yeah, man, and it's come to a point where this dude has become wiser than Daniel. He's done a diligent search and everything. And he even got to the point where he can actually mimic your voice. He can actually make a natural sounding, what's the word I want to use? I guess you can say vocal, imagery of your voice, and completely accurate, natural voice, that sounds just like yours. And we know, man, once the time comes, man, this devil's gonna use it to frame the ones who are against him, especially the men, the Lord of Yahweh Bashim Shai. This devil can definitely use this tech against his enemies, man. To frame them, to make them say something that they haven't said, just to, to persecute them, put them in jail, whatever. Don't think that this devil just can use the technologies just for, oh, you can speak to a deceased loved one or whatever. Going to 2 Corinthians 2:11, it says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Yeah, so Esau can't take advantage of us, get an advantage over us, man, because we're not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of his schemes and plans that he's planning to do behind the scenes. Just something like this, man. And, and that goes for everything what this devil's doing, concerning his devices, his plans, his schemes, which are really wicked, man. Behind the scenes are really just wicked, man, against, that's, just after you, to take you down, which he's after, the Israelites first and foremost. So-called Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos. So, yeah, just shit like this, man. You're going to have a lot of people who are like, oh, that's so cool. Oh, I missed my lost member, my lost family member, my lost relative, my lost friend. I'm going to use this so I can further be connected with them or whatever. Further bring back memories of their voice. So it feels like I'm speaking to them, which At the end of the day, man, that's it's just complete witchcraft. You know, to do some shit like that, to wanna be able to speak to a dead lost one. That's just witchery, man. At the end of the day, and that's what they were doing. Back in the ancient times. Like it says in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new, that's under the sun, meaning that, hey, everything you see today has been done in the ancient times. So going to Leviticus, well, let's go to Mark 13. And 22, it says, for false Christ or false Mashiach and false prophets shall rise and show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. So this devil's gonna put out Esau, man, so-called white man, if you don't already know. He's gonna put out many signs and wonders, man, just like this. So that, you can idolize this technology. You can idolize him. And when it comes, his ultimate plan, the MOB, the mark of the beast, that's written in Revelation 13 and 16. So that it'll be easier for you to accept, that MOB. So he's going to show you many signs of wonder. He's going to make, this stuff look cool. This stuff look, cool and shit, to persuade you even more to become attached to these things that he's releasing. And he wants you to take into your lifestyle. So going to Leviticus 1 or 19, and 31, it says, regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards, to be defiled by them. I am the Lord Yahweh thy power. And if you go to that word familiar spirits, it's a Hebrew word, ha'abath. That's the familiar spirits, or awab. The Hebrew word for familiar spirits is a wab. It says necromancer, one who evokes the dead. Practice of necromancy, ghost spirit of a dead one. And of course the common person will be, oh well, it's not that deep. It's just, using a computer to talk to a dead one. Hey, down the day, man, that goes back to necromancy, man. You're basically turning Alexa into a necromancer by doing that. It's just witchcraft at the end of the day, man. Because what, like the article said, it says a little kid asking his dead grandmother, like to Alexa to read what the Wizard of Oz to him, in his grandma's voice, whatever. That's just witchcraft at the end of the day, man. What if the kid asks, "Oh, grandma, how are you doing?" Blah blah blah. Oh, I'm doing fine, whatever. Or, oh, grandma, how's heaven, or whatever. That's just complete witchcraft, man. Oh, heaven is great. Some stupid. You know what I'm saying, man? Like that's just necromancy at the end of the day. It's witchcraft. And getting that definition for the word necromancy in the Collins Dictionary, it says, necromancy is a magic that some people believe brings a dead person back to this world so you can talk to them. So there you have it, man. This Alexa new tech, I don't know what they really call the feature. I guess you can say a voice synthesizer, but I don't know what feature Amazon's, the name they gave this feature. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, this new feature speaking to a deceased loved one is just necromancy, man. That's basically using Alexa as a medium. Hey, and this shit goes that deep, man. If you have knowledge, you know that Esau is a witch at the end of the day, man. He's just a warlock. He's a witch. So you're basically using Alexa as a medium to speak to a deceased loved one or whatever. But you're really not at the end of the day. It's just witchcraft. So going to Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Or even 9, we can start at 9. It says, when thou art come into the land which Most High Yahweh thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. Yes, so we're commanded to stay away from, these heathenistic customs, these abominations that the heathens participate in, including witchcraft and, necromancy, or all these other things the heathen participate in. It says, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire. Yeah, because, hey, wicked Israelites used to do that in the end of the day, or in the ancient times. They used to have their children pass through fire for, Molech, sacrifice their children for Molech. And what you see, it's still done today. This practice is still done today in a similar manner, man. Because what? You have celebrities, they sell out. They basically, they become witches, man. These rappers or entertainers, once they sign that contract, they become a witch. It's, what's it called? One of the owners of, these top major record labels, I forgot what it's called. I believe Zodiac something, I forgot. But he was basically saying that once you sign that contract, man, you got to become a witch. If you want to become part of these record labels, you got to become a witch. So many of these celebrities, man, they do the same thing. Because what, you got to do all these wicked acts. You got to, become a sodomite. And you even need to sacrifice a loved one. That's why you see a lot of celebrities' sons or daughters getting, dying randomly. Or you see, their father or mother dying randomly, because that's them sacrificing them to, to get a more prominent status, or, receive more money, get a better place, basically, in their thing, they specialize in, or whatever. But not to go off point, it says, to read it again, it says, there should not be among anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Then it goes on to say, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. And it says the Hebrew word for consulter is what? The word sha'al. Basically means to ask, inquire, beg. So it's almost like Alexa is that consulter. You're asking to conjure up, these spirits or whatever. Hey, man, and it goes that deep, man. It goes that deep. It says, or a wizard or a necromancer. Then it goes on to say, verse 12, for all these things are an abomination unto Lord Yahweh. So, hey, the Lord already told you, man, he doesn't like things like this. This is just witchcraft at the end of the day, man. Alexa and really, man, all these voice assistants, AI assistants, man, I personally don't use them. 'Cause it's just weird, man. It's just some weird shit at the end of the day. Speaking to a robot. Sometimes you have no choice because you be on these phone calls or whatever. These phone calls that involve, give me, I believe like these bigger companies like Amazon, you call them, or Apple, give me a few words of what you need. You say, help me with this. Okay, I'll send an assistant to help you. It's just shit like that, but it's some things we can avoid, man, So it says again, for all these things are an abomination unto Lord Yahweh. And because of these things, the Lord Yahweh thy power doth drive them out before thee. It says verse 13, thou shalt be perfect with the Lord Yahweh thy power. Exactly, man. So, hey, man, stay away, from shit like this, man, because it's just witchcraft at the end of the day. And even if you check the comments, man, people are also, the common person is weirded out by this. But, you're going to have a lot of people like, this is such cool technology. Hey, I can be able to speak to my dead relative, my dead loved one, a dead friend. Because you're always going to have that batch who's completely with what Esau does and creates. Isaiah 8:19 and says, and when they shall say to you, unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, shall not a people seek unto their power, the Most High their power, for the living to the dead? And if you go to the NIV, it says, or we can go to the NLT. It says, someone may say to you, let's ask the mediums and those who consult the spirits of the dead with their whisperings and mutterings. They will tell us what to do. But shouldn't people ask the Most High for guidance? Should the living seek guidance from the dead? Yeah, and the living are truly the Israelites at the end of the day. Because only the Israelites can receive that breath of life, Really, the elect at the end of the day can receive the breath of life only. So the living should be seeking after the Most High, not after the dead, or this weird shit like this, Alexa and this witchcraft at the end of the day, man. It says, this Isaiah 19:3, it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Yeah, Babylon, America is a modern day Egypt, that modern day Babylon. It says, I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And yeah, Esau at the end of the day, man, he's, You know, he does witchcraft. You know, he has his counselors or whatever. You know, he got his, what's where I want to use? You know, his sorcery he does in order to obtain his answers. You know, he conjures up demons to get certain answers, and he does a lot of sacrifices. The Lord's going to make all that fail, man. You know, where Esau's going to, once all hell breaks loose and is out of Esau's hands, man, he's going to be trying to conjure up these spirits, these demons or whatever that he had, quote unquote, success with before. But the Lord isn't going to let that happen, you know. Everything's going to fail, man, for Esau, including his witchcraft or whatever. So, hey, man, just want to bring that out, you know. Times are getting weirder, man, you know, with this just shit like this, man. Just the little things like Alexa and speaking to, hey, this is some weird shit, man. And it's going to keep on getting weirder and weirder as Esau tries to make this technology to replace man, you know, to replace men. This is where this devil's taking them, man. So, hey, just want to bring that up real quick. Lord, one of the brothers out there edified. Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Brakathum, Shalom.